What's up guys, Stark here. In today's character spotlight we will be taking a look at the final 4-star that I haven't gone over yet that's currently in the game, I think. And it's going to be Chevalier Dayon. So I'm going to throw the pictures on the screen right now. He is a male. I didn't really realize that for a while. But he's a male servant and he's also a saber. So he's going to be strong against lancers and weak to archers. The artwork's fine. It's nothing special to me, but it's not bad. It's not bad. I don't think there's really too many bad artworks in the game, but this definitely isn't one of my favorites. Anyway, for his stats here, at level 80, he's going to have 8,765 attack, and he's going to have 13,256 HP. So he's really low on the attack side, but he is super tanky with upwards of 13,000 HP at level 80, and then that can actually max out to 18,073 if you max him out with the foes and the stuff like that. So yeah, it's if you want a tank saber, then I mean most sabers are usually tanky, but overall his stats, I'm not too keen on the really low attack stats. So I don't know. Not too big on this character either. His skills aren't really that amazing, but we'll talk about them right now. So his first skill is going to be the Mind's Eye True C skill, and this applies evade for 1 turn and increases defense for 3 turns. It is a self buff. It's not bad. Anytime you have a character with an evasion skill, it's always pretty nice, but his other skills don't really complement it. I mean, they do kind of complement it in the fact that you're going to not take damage, or you're going to evade things or things like that. It's kind of the whole... That's what he's centered around, basically. His second skill is going to be Self-Suggestion A, which removes debuffs and greatly increases debuff resistance. So that's always nice. You get rid of all your debuffs. It is only a self-buff, though, which kind of sucks. But hey, you know, what can you do? Okay, so his third skill is going to be called Aspect of Beauty C, and this will apply target focus for 3 turns and greatly restore his own HP. So basically what this is kind of like a taunt skill where the enemies will focus on that character, which is pretty nice because he's really tanky, so you can use his high HP to tank the hits and leave your weaker characters, you know, free and not being attacked, and then you can use that to let those characters survive longer in the fight, and then have those characters deal the damage while Chevalier is going to take the hits. So it's pretty cool. It does have a 100% chance at level 1, but it does go all the way up to 300%. So I'm thinking even though it's a 100% chance, it's not actually going to work 100% of the time. And then the HP restore is also really nice because of the way the skill works. You want to make sure you have enough HP to survive those attacks. So yeah, it's more of like a really defensive skill set, which isn't bad if you combo it up with someone else, but overall his skills aren't really too amazing, but they're not bad. They're definitely not bad skills. So now I'm going to throw up his Ascension and skill enhancement materials. So for his Ascension, he's going to need a bunch of feathers and then some seeds and jewels. Really not too much is required for this guy. You can get the seeds and the feathers and jewels from the Neurofest event that's still currently going on. So if you want, you can go ahead and use those to ascend him. Personally, I think there's better options you can use, but you know, it's not a bad choice if you want to go ahead and do that. And then for his skill enhancement materials, again, he's going to need some seeds and forbidden pages. The pages are going to be pretty tricky to get at this point in time, but everything else is pretty standard to get. Just do a little bit of farming. I say a little bit, but the drop rates on the game aren't really friendly, so you might have to do a lot of farming to get those. But they are pretty standard in events, so you should have no trouble getting it if you just be patient with it. So next up here for his craft essence, you're going to unlock the Queen's Present craft essence, and this will increase art card effectiveness of all allies by 15% while in the field, which is pretty nice because he is basically geared towards a arts team setup. So speaking of that, we're going to take a look at his command cards and his Noble Phantasm. He has 1 quick, 2 arts, and 2 buster. So again, you want to primarily use him on an arts team, but you could also throw him into a buster team if you want. And his Noble Phantasm is also arts, which works really well on arts teams. And this has a chance to inflict charm for 1 turn on all enemies. Will reduce their attacks for for 2 turns, and reduce their defense for 2 turns. So he's going to be a really big debuffer type of Noble Phantasm here, and the charm skill basically combos into his other skill sets where it makes him harder to be hit. You could potentially use that with the target's focus or his evade skill, and basically it just makes his character really difficult to kill. So now here for his craft essences, of course Kaleidoscope is always going to be here, number 1 on the list. Getting this up early to have his Noble Phantasm ready to debuff the enemy is always super helpful. And then if you don't want to use that, or you don't have that, you could use Projection for the arts increase, or you can use Formal Craft for the 5-star arts increase as well. Or if you have his craft essence ready, you could use that. Personally, I really lean towards Kaleidoscope here just to make sure you have his debuff ready in case you need it, or for a boss stage, anything like that. But it's pretty nice. But that is gonna wrap up this video here. Like I said, I believe this is the last 4-star that I need to cover currently in the game. As new characters come out, I will, of course, make spotlights for those characters. Hopefully as soon as they get announced, or maybe a day later or something like that. But for tomorrow, I'm going to continue the character spotlights into the 3 stars, and I'm going to be doing Ku Kulin, the Lancer from Fate Stay Night. He's pretty popular, so I figured I'd start with him. And I'm going to leave you guys here with Chevalier's Noble Phantasm, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
王家の売りよブルールとリス